Hello all you guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. In our last episode, we went ahead and created the lighthouse, and I know I said last episode that we would be working on a bookshop today, but I haven't created a design that I like yet, so we're actually going to scrap that in favor of making a little boat and just kind of fixing up some general design areas around what we have done. Oh, hello. How are you doing? Here, have a steak. Do you live here? Is this your home? Oh no, no! This is my home now. Wait, can I get out of here without? Oh no. Can I? Okay. And then if I bloop that, and then I could have just crouched down here. Oh no. You need to. Yep. All right. Fixed it. Anyways, so today we're going to be building a storage area. I shouldn't say storage system. There's no redstone involved. And we're going to be building in a little boat over here. And what I'm kind of thinking for our general design is this going to work? Okay, cool. Is we're going. What the heck? Oh. Alright, let's sneak down below. He dropped his bow. Oh, that's actually not bad. That's mine now. Anyways, like I was saying, for our boat, I want to go for kind of an old-timey ship design. So if we drop these down like this, I don't know how I'll get it to there. Can I put it on top of that block? Oh, I can. Okay. And then if I drop you down like that, perfect. And then if I drop you down like that, awesome. Okay. So kind of what I'm thinking here, though, is we're going to go for kind of an old-timey fishing boat, and in the inside, it's just going to be filled with lines of chests, and that'll be kind of where we store the majority of our stuff. I think that'll look pretty good, so let's go ahead and get working on that. Hey, Tim from the future here. We're doing that fancy thing that a lot of YouTubers do, where we talk over the time-lapse from the future, and I just wanted to kind of go into my thought process on the boat. So, like I mentioned, we're going for kind of like a 1920s fishing boat theme. I went for white concrete with gray concrete. That kind of gives it that old like Titanic paint job looking feel. And kind of the goal for the boat was just to be able to put chests inside of it and make it look good on the outside. And overall, I think we accomplished that. Yep. And at this point, I came to the realization that I did not have enough gray concrete. So started cutting into the gray concrete that we have, and it gives it this nice little dip in the middle, but we still didn't have quite enough, so I went on over to the other side to make the balance. I think that the boat ended up coming along pretty well. We used just regular oak wood for the deck here, and we gave kind of an elevation for that front part in case anyone wanted to ever come onto the ship and do sort of a Titanic looking thing. While I was working underneath the ship, I had to come up for air a lot. So if you ever do build something like this early on, I do recommend having like a turtle helmet or a heart of the sea. I think that's what it's called. The things that let you breathe underwater. That way you're not coming up for air every like 10 or 15 seconds. Misplacing a single block, it usually made me lose a heart or two. because I would start suffocating by the time that I broke the block, like right there. And I think I died like 1 or 2 times throughout the creation of the entire thing. Here you can kind of see the interior on what I was going for. And I used sand because I don't have any sponges to get rid of all of the water in here. This would have gone a lot faster if I did have any sponges, since it's not a super large area, but sand worked out fine. Because of the length of the ship, I decided I needed to extend the pier a little bit here. So we brought that out, and then I built a little bit of a plank that I kind of figured the ship would be carrying, kind of dropped that across, and that's how the crew members get on and off the ship. I ended up cutting the plank down to 2 blocks wide instead of 3 blocks wide. I thought it just looked a little bit better for how long it is. And then over here we can see I'm putting in a little crane hanging off the back to catch a large amount of fish, and one of those little drop hatches. I don't know what they're called, but I see them on ships a lot, just to kind of drop stuff in there easily. The birch wood fences are meant to be kind of like a little rope dangling off the back, and then we're using some gray carpet just to bring in the same color palette and bringing some different bits. And then what those are supposed to be are kind of like the little pulleys, I guess, to kind of guide the rope in and out. And then you can kind of picture like a little net hanging off the back there. Yep. And then here, kind of some little antennas being put in, get those radio signals out to nearby lighthouses or the Coast Guard or whatever. And then I just kind of wanted to decorate the pier and the top of the boat with different chests and barrels and composters. Composters? Not sure. But that just kind of, included some storage and things. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in and fill some of the composters up with some berries, so that way we get kind of that chum look in there as well. Alright, so we have all of our chests in order. I haven't labeled them because I don't have any item frames right now. We'll get to that later, but for right now, what I want to do is go ahead and start populating the city a little bit with more life, or at least the coast area with more life. And I think the first thing that I want to do for that, let's come over here and grab some spruce wood, and I want to build a bit of a broken ship here next to our inn. Let's see here. Let's go 1, 2, 1, 2. I was hoping I had a little bit more room, but I think it should be fine. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need that one more over. And I don't have an axe, so we're going to do this the slow way. And it's just going to be a tiny little bitty portion of a ship. It's not going to be super huge by any stretch of the imagination. You know what? Actually, we can put it right here. go through the... Let's go build an axe. I think eventually, if I can get enough name tags, I want to name all of the villagers. But that'd be a lot of name tags, and I know you can't craft them, but I don't know if there's another way besides like dungeons on how to get them. If there is, that would be superb, because I don't know how else to get them besides dungeons. Something like this. Alright, cool. And then we'll include some stairs and planks and things to kind of make this look a little bit more broken down and decrepit. Something like that. Something there I think would look good. And... fell into a hole. Let's actually put a plank there. Let me go ahead and craft some more stairs. Boop. And let's actually have this extend out overwards, make it a little bit more inconvenient for passerbyers. And let's do something like that. Have a little bit of a break there, but round out the bottom of our fishing boat. We'll include another break right there. And we'll even have that like that. Let's have that go out too. Cool. All right, and then I think something like that would look good. Now for the bottom of the ship, I wanted to have kind of that algae color. So if we go, doop, then about, we'll take it out to about there. And I actually need an axe for this anyway, so it's a good thing that we crafted one. Let's bring this out one more this direction. Cool. So that's kind of the bottom of the ship. I forget what it's called, but like that main piece of wood that they build the ship around. I forget what movie it was, but there was a movie I heard them saying that like if this ever breaks, then your ship is... Oh, it wasn't a movie. It was One Piece. In One Piece, they mentioned that if this part of your ship breaks, then the ship can never be repaired. And I don't know if that's true in real life, but this part's broken on the ship, so the ship cannot be repaired ever. And that makes sense in my head. Now we have a little shelter here. And let me... Oh, this is hard to get out of. Let me go and grab... some banners and carpets and stuff. I didn't want to time-lapse me putting everything down just because I feel like I do a lot of time lapses and don't want to overdo it. Let's actually bring this out by one. If this was one of the edge ones, then I would be fine with it, but I don't like it being that far back. There we go. Cool. Now this is going to be the only block that you can get out, though. Am I okay with that? Yeah, I'm going to be fine with that. All right. Chilling. And then for the blanket, what I was thinking is just kind of having that spread out on the ground. Now, I know a lot of people, if they were doing like a sleeping area, they would just have like two of the same color and then like white right here for a pillow. That's more for like a sleeping bag. This is literally just a blanket that's like spread out on the ground. And I think that this looks a little bit more accurate for making it look like that. And then the other thing that I want to include, this is kind of like a little area where a homeless person is sleeping. I feel like they probably used to go out on this ship and be sailors, and then when the ship broke and fish stopped coming in and things, they lost their livelihood and now kind of live in the abandonment of that. Again, this is supposed to be like kind of a poor area, not a lot of success going on in the world. Then let's come on over here and strip that, and now they have like a little cardboard box that they can eat at and stuff. A little bit sad, but this is kind of just what they have to do to make do. And we'll take a little slab And that's kind of their chair that they sit on to eat and things. And we can even give them a little torch for a light source. And that's kind of like a little candle that they use. I'm happy with that. I think that looks pretty good. Pretty good. And then I think the banners are probably like shreds from sails on their old fishing boat. That would make sense in my head. And I gotta go sleep, which I have a bed right here. Magic floating bed. Sorry if you guys can hear any fluctuations in my voice or any like squeaking. I was getting tired of sitting on my chair all day, so I switched over to a yoga ball, and I'm kind of bouncing up and down on the yoga ball because it's fun. Now, for over here, I've been thinking about kind of what I want to do for more color and kind of breaking up just the generic basalt. And I think I have an idea for the tide pools. Let's go on over here. And nope. Yeah. Okay. So what I was thinking for the rocks over here to kind of add some elevation is just doing some stone for some of the higher up rock formations. I think that could look kind of good. Maybe let's mine that a little bit and that. And then we can go right here. We don't want to overdo it. I want the main thing over here to be basalt, but I think this looks pretty good. Just kind of adding in this little bit here and maybe a bit more in some other spots. Normally, I would just do this stuff off screen, but I just kind of wanted to show my thought process for these things. There's not really much of a thought process. Ooh. Didn't want that there. And I don't have Silk Touch, so I don't get that back. Have to be really careful since I don't have Silk Touch on my placement. I think that looks pretty good. Again, we're trying not to overdo it. So I think like one more somewhere would be good. Trying to figure out where exactly it should go. And one thing with terraforming, I find, is switching up your perspective and seeing how things look at a different angle is usually a pretty good idea, because usually you're not going to be seeing things only from one angle in your world. You might walk by it at a different angle. I could be sailing by and see these rocks from behind, and I want it to look good while I'm kind of sailing through this area. Is there someone over there? Oh, no, I thought I saw someone. So, you just want it to kind of look good from all the different areas that you might see things. But for this area, I think mostly I would be seeing it walking through the tide pools is just kind of a fun area to walk through. Let's actually... let's mine this block out and do that. And let's mine out this block and put that there. That just kind of adds that little bit more elevation to everything. What I can also do is, I believe I have some stone slabs, and that can put even more visual, a more visually appealing rock, I guess, just from kind of breaking it up a bit more, adding some irregularity to the formation. It's pretty late, and I just ate dinner, so all of my processing's really going towards digestion at the moment. Not really processing my words too much. Cool. I think that's looking pretty good. Still wish that I could put plants or grass or something onto the basalt. That would make my day, but I cannot, so. Alright, I went ahead and crafted some barrels and chests, so that way we can kind of populate more things out on the docks. Just kind of some things laying around. One of the other things that I went ahead and made are some acacia trapdoors. I think it was Hypnotized on Hermitcraft, made kind of like these little lobster cage type things, and I thought those looked pretty good. So I wanted to make them on my docks as well, since it kind of fits the fishing theme and all of that good jazz. So we're just going to put a couple of them in different places. I think one kind of over here by the boat would look good, and then maybe one on the boat itself. Well, it's not really like a lobster boat. It's really more of like a mass fishing boat. So maybe we don't put one over here again. Maybe we'll put one like over on those docks. But then again, these ones aren't elevated. I could put one down here. That might look good. Just kind of have one like this. Then, bloop. No! No! Did not want to do that! How do I do this? Like that. There we go. Sweet! I think that looks pretty good. And then let's put, well, can't really put too much on the docks right here, but if we walk over here, we can include some more barrels and chests and things. Maybe we'll include like a little chest there. It's actually already feeling pretty good. I don't need to include too much more. Let's maybe put a chest there. Kind of break things up a little bit. One there. And then a double chest there. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. And then let's also include some more kind of over on the cliff face. Maybe a double chest right there. Barrel right here. Right there. Maybe a couple more barrels. Another chest. Just trying to add things to make everything look nice. This guy's going for a little bit of a swim. Hi there, buddy. Are you able to get out? No. Okay. And then we just have this kind of one barrel sitting here all on its own lonesome. So let's go ahead and give it some friends. Cool. Pretty happy with that. I think that this area is kind of coming along together pretty nicely. And then the other thing that we can do is the gray wool we can go ahead and put onto our glowstone and cover that up. So I'll go ahead and find all the little spots with glowstone and cover those. Another one, and another one, another one, another one, more glowstone, another one, another one, another one, another one, another one. All right, everyone. I think that's going to be all for today's episode. I don't really have anything else that I can think of, and I still have homework to do.